Four game developers, we each have to make a game using the same art kit, and we have 48 hours to do it. Let's begin.
Alright, so this is the assets we have available. So there's a lot of pretty cool stuff here. I'm probably just gonna make kind of a basic platformer kind of game. And I'm thinking of only using like these guys as enemies and then this one as the player characters, and then limiting myself to just the castle and grass tiles. Okay, so now I've implemented some basic character controls, some basic enemy AI thing, and simple fireball attack. Everything is kind of rough, but I think it will do for now. Next I'll work on making the enemies more dangerous and then actually making the game, I guess. Okay, so I decided to play around a bit with the new Unity 2D lights and generated some normal maps for the assets and everything, and I think it turned out pretty neat. And I also just did some general polish, improved the particle effects and added rain effects to just make it look a bit nicer. So now on to making more gameplay stuff. Alright, so this is how the game looks now. I added some sound effects and some basic tutorial stuff. And then I actually sort of made it more like a game now, so the enemies can hurt you. And there's some health pickups and such. So I don't have a huge amount of time left, but I kind of want to make a boss battle, so I'll see if I manage to do that. So the game is now finished and this is what it looks like. So I scrapped the boss battle idea and instead just focused on making everything look and feel nice, and then also added 2 additional new areas. One indoor area and then one final like small tower area with some floating platforms. So yeah, I added like also collectible optional gems that you can pick up that spawn new enemies. So that's an additional challenge.
So this is Philip Lindberg's entry. And there's, ooh, this is a snappy movement system. I like the stretch and squeeze animation.
Whoa, normal maps, particles, lighting, check this shit out.
Feels really nice. All the effects and everything work together super well. I guess this is Unity. Unity's really jumped up their game.
Press X to shoot.
Oh, is this what I'm meant to be shooting at? The particle effects look sweet.
Whoa, you're gonna spark at me. Nice. It's a little hard to hit you because my bullets go like over your head.
And those guys shoot fireballs, they have the same effect. Okay, they only take 1 hit to die though.
Okay, you can't jump up through floors, which is going to make getting to this guy who is not stopping firing a little more difficult. That blue gem feels like a bit of a trap. Yeah.
Dang, these effects. Oh, I just noticed the background. That's like cool background. I guess it's just this but scaled down, but there's a nice effect with that parallax and everything. Okay, I think checkpoint. Oh, dang. This is like really cool. Nice moody lighting.
My fireballs light this up? Oh, they do. You're gonna be good. Oh, shit. Oh, you're just gonna drop down there? Okay, this aiming is tricky. Alright, can I just, like, throw shit down there? Got him.
Oh, I definitely need that. On account of me constantly getting smacked in the face by fireballs. Yeah, I'm not picking up any more of these gems. They appear to just result in lots of these little red dudes appearing.
Oh, so when you get hit, you seem to get thrown into the air. If you could use that as like a boost.
Alright, E to enter. Oh, there's things in the air. Oh, floating platforms. Okay. Is there anything down here? Oops.
But you weren't expecting that. I know I weren't.
I swear these guys like aim uncannily well. Yes! Okay. Nice. Okay, I got number 4. Oh wait, now I have to get back.
Oh, they're on every single platform? You jerks. Oh wait, if I time it right, I bet I can bounce it off this platform onto that one. There we go. Jump. But that's the end.
Yeah, this was a great game. I thoroughly enjoy it. I might carry on playing this after I stop recording.
Hi, I'm Joshua Grams. I'm not a big fan of the Kenny asset, so I just threw together a bunch of mechanics that I knew I could make quickly and easily. These guys have bubble helmets, so I decided they would be aliens on a spacewalk. You can turn and accelerate like in an asteroids game. I drew a background grid of the stars and shifted them around with some Perlin noise to break up the monotony. Then I exported some giant blocks from the vector files and made a random walk dungeon generator. So you place a floor tile, turn to a random direction, step forward, and do it again. By choosing different probabilities for the different directions, forward, back, left, and right, you can change the character of the space. You can also stamp out larger rooms than just a single tile, and there's a chance to branch, spawning another walker which takes off in another direction. And then it's a snake game, so I keep track of where you've been, and you rescue other aliens that follow along your trail. The asset pack has this plant made up of 2 diamond-shaped purple leaves. I took one and decided it's a crystal shard. Each alien in your chain generates shards slowly and passes them up toward the leader, who uses them like throwing stars. There are only 3 enemies in the asset pack, which aren't purely platformer enemies, so the block just patrols back and forth between 2 fixed endpoints. The fly moves in a circle and occasionally chooses a new speed and radius. And the fish turns around lazily and then spurts forward, and if it's close to you, it's more likely to go towards you instead of just randomly. I made 5 levels for the level generator, with 1 alien to rescue on each. I threw in a couple of music tracks from Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, but I ran out of time before I got around to making sound effects. And there you have it, a little game in about 22 hours of design and development time, spanning 11 calendar days.
Alright, this is hand-to-hand. So the goal is to find my comrades. Oh, I like how bouncy it is.
It's a funky tune. I can't resize the window, so I apologize for my cluttered desktop.
Okay, pretty fast physicsy movement, and I can touch the walls, which is nice. Oh. Okay, so I got 2 guys. So I guess it teleports me to the next level when I find somebody.
Do you have unlimited? Okay, it reloads. I like the stars in the background.
Yeah, I'm getting triggered here. This is taking me flashbacks to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that I used to play on the Spectrum. Oh, no, that's a friend. Ooh. So what can I do with this friend now? Have I got to take him somewhere?
Oh, I can save him after he... Okay. Okay, cool. I guess the trick is to take it kind of slowly. Oh, and he gives me more ammunition. So I get like powered up.
Is it possible to permanently lose one? Let's see. Oh, okay, so you can permanently lose them. Oh, so it's kind of like the more lives you have, the more... No. The harder it is, kind of, to keep them. Oh, I died, yeah.
Oh, I have 4 friends now. So, I'm not sure. Does this just keep going? Do I just keep collecting friends until I get bored? Or is there a bit unclear as to what the end goal is?
Oh, there's a guy. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, that was a cool snake-like game. And the reload thing is actually super cool. Yeah, but of course some sound would be nice, but jam games, it's not needed, of course, but it always adds to the game. Nice. I like it. Good job.
So, with my game, first off, I wanted to do procedural. I always kind of prefer procedural when we're talking about game jams, because with procedural, you can get much more gameplay out of much less content. So things didn't quite pan out as I would have hoped. The way it works, I'll just quickly start the game up. It's a lot louder than I remember it being. So if I just pause the game here, this is the way I've done the 2D level in 3D Unity. Most people know Unity it's not the best engine for 2D yet. They're working on it, but I'm used to Unity. I'm too old to be learning new engines, or too lazy. I just don't have time. If I click on the level, all it does is it creates a mesh using, I'll just switch to wireframe so you can see that, using the tiles from the asset pack, and then it is drawing them with a collider. just around the edges. So that is essentially what our player is walking on. So really our player is in 3D space, and then it just stitches it all together. But then I spent quite a lot of time on this. Some stuff came up in real life and I didn't get as much time as I'd hoped, and I kind of had to abandon my original idea. The original idea was going to be you were a little alien on a different world and you had to terraform that world. So basically you would be on a little world using one of the tile sets from the art pack, and then you had to change as much of that world as you could into your own art pack. Kind of like a 2D Splatoon almost. But it became very clear that I wasn't going to have enough time to implement that. So what I switched to, with very little time left, was a endless runner with a semi-procedurally generated level. The way it works is I have these arrays here, which basically these get dragged in sort of randomly. I mean, there's a seed involved. And I'll press play. And then all it is just... you just have to hop your way through the level without getting hit by anything like this fly. And as you can see, the level is actually shoving you along. And I'm terrible at my own game. And obviously, if I would have put... okay, yeah. I hope you guys can play my game better than I can play my game.
Okay, so explore random world. So it's some kind of procedurally generated world. That's all I know. It has this interesting kind of like perspective view. Oops, okay, I'm dead. Platforming is a little awkward.
Oh, okay, so it's like a side scroller kind of game. Well, there's a lot of like camera stretch. I guess it's like a fisheye lens or something.
Oh, you can't touch them at all. Whoa, hey there. Uh-oh. I'm dead.
Oh, now it looks completely different.
Now this, sometimes it seems it jumps you higher. Maybe if I'm moving when I run into it. These guys seem to have, oops, damn, like a set, dang, again, come on, set distance they go to before they turn around. It's kind of awkward because you can't really predict when these guys are going to turn around, so you don't want to follow too closely behind them.
It's not too bad when they are coming against you, but if you have to jump over them, and they are moving the same way, it's pretty hard.
Oh, you're just gonna keep going? Shit. Oh, crap. Ow. It's a good number of invincibility frames, though. Nice. Boom. Okay, those aren't as hard to jump as they look like.
Yeah, I feel like some are really hard and some are just a lot easier, but maybe... yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens when it's random. It's hard to get it perfect.
I like that. I think I would have made it a little bit faster, maybe. But the platforming is pretty decent. But yeah, excellent.
So I looked at the art kit and I saw it was pretty bright and cheerful, so my first thought was, can I make a horror game with this? So I started by making some generic platformer controls, and then I went for like a limbo aesthetic. I added a black and white screen shader and some blur around the edges and stuff. And then I added in some 2D lighting with shadows to make everything look a lot more moody and claustrophobic. Next I made some crates that you could push around. I thought maybe I could use them for like a puzzle or something. Then I made like this monster thing that'll chase you around and kill you. I just took a blob of character sprites basically for the body and then stretched versions of them for its legs. And I used like an old algorithm I had written for procedurally animating 3-jointed legs, and I used it for animating its legs, and then made like a variation for an attack animation that will like stab the player, and then it'll like move around while the player is stuck to the legs, and also of course enable some particle effects for blood and stuff. For mechanics, I got the idea to make the monster blind, so it'll only chase you if it hears your footsteps, and there's like a fan vent thing that runs in the background and turns on and off, and while it's playing it will cover your footsteps, making it safe to move. Then next I added in like a dialogue system so I could have some story elements and stuff, and I'll show like the player character's face with different emotions next to the text. And then I used all that stuff, a few other minor mechanics just to tie everything together, designed a few levels and added in some visual details from the art kit, and some animations and stuff for the intro and the exit and stuff, and I was done.
Meaty to move. That's fairly slow. Space to jump. Just barely make that jump.
Oh dear, I'm running low on oxygen. We are going... Ooh! Oh, I like this.
Can't go back outside. I'm out of oxygen. Little physics boxes.
Cool effects. Oh, wow. He looks angry. Or upset.
Yeah! I think he wants to eat me. Get to the door. Get to the door.
Okay, so you can only move when the fan is running. Yeah, okay. Cool. It's like a stealth game, kind of. Yeah, the atmosphere is actually really cool.
I have to push the crates out of the way to get through. What crates? I don't see any crates. Is that the things that I was rolling around before?
Oh,
No, so it can still find me if it walks into me, which it's still gonna do.
okay, he's on the side. Now I can make it quickly. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so I have to go under and around. And now you're gonna go down? So I should have just run for it. So it's sort of like a stealth game, except the enemy is set up so that it patrols in a pattern.
Oh, is the fan going to start again before he comes back down? I think we're just going to have to make a run for it if the fan stops this time. I made it to the escape ship. This isn't... It's not going to be that easy. Yeah. I thought it was going to be something like that.
Thanks for watching. There are links in the description to all the games if you want to play them. And thanks to Josh, Philip, and B3agz for collaborating on this. You can find links to more of their stuff in the description as well. And please check out my Patreon if you'd like to support me.